What is something you really don't like, but wished you did? Running. I'm even fairly decent at it, and try to run at least 30 mpw, but I hate every second of it. I've never experienced the runner's high that seemingly everyone else gets. Yep. My dad, who is turning 60 this year, is training for his second marathon, and my sister thinks a nice run is about 6 miles. Meanwhile, I'm a 37-year-old sedentary software engineer. A couple years ago, I decided that, if they can do it, I can do it, and started trying to become a runner. About 2 weeks into my training plan, I realized one very important fact: I absolutely hate it. I found the same. So I tried cycling, and it's a world of difference. I can't wait to get on my bike and feel just as fit, if not fitter. If you have trails near you, mountain biking is pretty much the most fun you can have while getting in really good shape, in my opinion. You should try it if you can. Me too. I tried jogging and hated it after a few minutes. Then I got my old bike fixed, and now all I do is bike in my free time and always look forward to my morning ride the night before. Same here, except I tried running and hated it, then tried biking and hated it, and then tried drinking, and I was smitten right from the first sip. Now I know what that running high feels like. Work. Getting out. My GF is the kind of person who always says yes when her family is planning a trip or a party over the weekend. Over the course of our relationship, I tried to enjoy these sudden appointments, but they still stress the shit out of me. Same. I live as a recluse with a lot of animals. I basically never leave the house unless I need to buy groceries, run errands, etc. However, I do love to travel to very foreign and exotic places, but only with my partner or a few close friends, and I would not go to party type places in those countries. I think I enjoy seeing new cultures and trying new foods, but definitely don't enjoy crowds and interacting with lots of other people. Healthy food. I recently lost weight after I started cooking myself. It becomes a chore a bit, so you don't eat as often, and you can choose the healthy ingredients that you like, so your food will naturally be healthy in comparison. Not like slim yet, but my second chin is roughly gone. Is your second chin gone because you ate it when you started cooking yourself? Dancing. I fucking hate it. When I go to a wedding, I always dance with my wife and pretend I'm having fun because I know she really loves it, but I'm dying inside. I wish I didn't feel that way, but I do. And it's super hard to explain because it's so incredibly obvious that it brings many folks so much joy. Every time I've tried to describe it, everyone assumes that I enjoy it, like they do, but I'm too embarrassed or something. No, I literally just don't enjoy it. It's not that embarrassment is greater than enjoyment, it's that there's no enjoyment. That being said, I love being around people dancing. Such a good vibe. I just don't get into it myself. The same things that my friends like. I once came to a point in my friendships where I realized I didn't actually have anything in common with them. I didn't really care what the activity was, as long as it was with the people. That was fine for a while. Eventually, I realized that none of my suggested activities were ever approved. No one wanted to do what I wanted to do. No one came over when I invited them. Once I asked a friend to name one thing we had in common. They said, "We like watching movies." I don't like movies, and I told him that. At some point, you just have to do things you enjoy and find others who enjoy them too. Some of the TV shows my wife likes. She's into the hour-long TV dramas like This Is Us and Parenthood. I can't stand them. It's entirely too much forced drama with little to no happy moments. People always fighting over something. I'm right there with you. For me, I want TV and movies to be vacations from reality. I want robots, battle axes, and spaceships. I want light-hearted adventure where the main cast doesn't die and everything resets at the end of the episode. I want contained stories each week. I want to watch a 45 minutes episode where I'm not asked to care about an issue. I want to watch some people solve a problem with action, wit, and cunning, not personal problems. I want the episode to leave me with a good feeling, not saying oh shit, wow, geez. TV is so fucking grim these days. I just want an escape from real life for an hour. Coffee and tea. They have their own cultures that I feel like I'm missing out on and will never understand. Well, for me, coffee and beer are really the only two drinks I have outside of water, of course. And both were very much acquired tastes. Lobster. I live on the coast of Maine. I can go down to the boats and buy it, fresh, from people I know for a couple bucks a pound. And I hate lobster. I hate lobster and seafood. My husband is a lobster fisherman. He only eats about one lobster a year himself. We joke that any good dealer doesn't smoke his own stash. Watching movies. It's really hard these days because I have such a short attention span. I have to put on a movie a few times before I finally get into it. I've seen John Wick 100 times but couldn't tell you the plot. Pro tip, watch something not in English with captions on that forces you to put your phone down and actually pay attention. I suggest Dark on Netflix in German. I feel like Dark is a poor choice for somebody with a short attention span because there's a lot going on in Dark. Great show, though. Just don't know if it's going to be easy to follow if you don't normally pay a whole lot of attention to what you're watching. Watching sports. Seems like a lot of people I know enjoy watching and discussing sports, players, etc. and socialize through it. As for me, I kinda just have to sit quietly until the topic changes. At least you sit quietly and politely. If I was there, I'd acknowledge it and try to change the subject. I have specific friends who will re at the mention of sports and force in a sports ball joke to exemplify how fucking above the norm they are. God, that's so annoying. I have a friend that does this every time sports come up. It's not a secret in our group that I'm the only one really into sports, but God forbid I bring it up one time per evening and he has to go full sports ball. I put up with it when they talk about some video game for an hour. God forbid I talk about baseball for 5 minutes. Parties and groups of people. Oh, how different my life would be if I weren't an introvert. Yup, I agree with this one. I've gotten a lot better with communicating in small groups or one-on-one, but I definitely still get overwhelmed in large groups. Maths. I had terrible teachers who put me off the subject. Quick math is such an important life skill, but here I'm lost without a calculator. I feel like I have a mental block whenever I try to get back into math. Are you that woman who came to my register 5 or 6 years ago with a tab of $17, wrote a $2 tip, then stared blankly at the total line for 5 seconds before pulling out her phone to do 17 plus 2? Working out. People say keep it up for a while and you'll eventually just enjoy it, but I never did. Now that I have an internship which is a taste of the real world, I can't even imagine spending a bit of my limited free time at the gym because my hobbies are the only things that keep me alive, and I don't want to replace part of that time with something I hate. Working out is not enjoyable in the way that most people think of the word, like eating a nice meal, hanging out with friends/family, etc. However, I find great satisfaction and meaning from the discipline of working out consistently and watching my diet. I also look better, feel better, and also it seems like people just respect me more based on my personal appearance, which is nice. Luckily for me, there's a part of me that actually enjoys the gym, but it's personal discipline that keeps me going back more than anything. Depends on the person, I guess, because I actually really enjoy lifting weights and getting a nice pump going. Same thing goes for most sports, biking, swimming, and rowing. The only workout I really don't enjoy is running, which for me is a necessary evil, unfortunately. Beer. I live in a town that has as many breweries as people. It should be like a smorgasbord, but I don't like it. It's like being vegan in Wisconsin. Adventurous first dates. I really wish I was that guy that would enjoy going karaoke, or kayaking, or salsa dancing with a relative stranger, but man, I just don't have it in me. I'm an anxious person. These things would cause me to feel anxious if I did them in the company of my closest friends. Although I'd feel a lot more at ease, I would feel far too anxious to do it with someone who is more or less a stranger, and b, someone I actively want to impress. I'm a dinner or drinks kind of guy, but I think in 2019 that makes you a little boring. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that bell to turn on notifications, so you'll be sure to know when the next video comes out. Want to watch some more? Check out my other videos. I really do appreciate everyone who helps make these videos possible. And as always, thanks for watching.